Welcome back, everyone. Next, we have iQSTEL Inc. It trades on the OTCQX under the symbol IQST. It's a multinational company preparing for a Nasdaq uplisting with a fiscal year 23 of 144 million revenue and with a $290 million revenue forecast and a positive operating income of 7 digits forecast for the fiscal year of 2024. Happy to welcome Brad Listerman, head of IR. Welcome back, gentlemen. How are you today?
Great. Thank you very much, Anna. Hello, everybody. Hello, shareholders, stakeholders of the company. We really welcome you for today's event. And I have to tell you, in the years that I've been doing investor relations for iQSTEL, this is one of the most exciting times we've ever had. I've never seen the company so focused and so clearly concentrated on meeting its objectives, getting to $1 billion in revenue, Nasdaq uplisting. There's a lot here, and without wasting any more time, it's my pleasure to introduce you to our co-founder, chairman, president, CEO, Leandro Iglesias, and our CFO, Alvaro Quintana. Gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brad. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you very much, our Emerging Growth Conference team. And thank you, the audience. Okay, let's talk today about the company. This is the second slide is talking about the forward-looking statements. And this is the agenda that we are trying to cover today. And this is the snapshot of iQSTEL. Basically, we founded the company in 2018. We are a US-based telecom and technology company. About revenue, we reported $144.5 million in fiscal year 2023, and we project $290 million in fiscal year 2024. We trade on OTCQX, and we have a global presence, operations in 20 countries with 7 offices around the world. If I have to introduce iQSTEL, I have the best way to say is those 10 statements. That's basically, we can talk about iQSTEL. We can say that we complete 12 strategic acquisitions and combined with organic growth. And 99% of our revenue comes from our telecom division. We reported, as I say, $144.5 million in 2023, and we have a forecast of $290 million revenue for 2024. And the intention for iQSTEL is plans to raise up to $10.5 million to strengthen our balance sheet for the Nasdaq listing. We have an iQSTEL plans to grow organically without any acquisition to $500 million in 2027. And iQSTEL is also exploring a strategic acquisition that could add between $200 and $300 million revenue. If this strategic acquisition happened, iQSTEL will look for $30 million additional funding once we are in Nasdaq. But basically, iQSTEL organic growth plus strategic acquisition plans will put all the company in $1 billion for 2027. So, and just to say about the management capabilities, we can say very simple. In 2018, we report $30 million revenue, and this year, 6 years later, we are going to forecast $290 million. So it's like 20 times the revenue. The next slide is the corporate strategy, our mission and our vision. And the next slide is talking about the business division. We have 4 business divisions. Our enhanced telecom division contributes with the 98% of our total revenue. We offer voice over IP, SMS, international fiber optic, Internet of Things, and blockchain-based mobile number portability. We have a fintech division where we offer a debit card with a bank account without the need a social security number, and a mobile application that allows to international remittances and recharge services. We also have an AI-enhanced metaverse that provides a platform for creative immersive virtual environments with AI-based features, looking for innovative customer engagement solutions. And also we have electric vehicle division develops and to sell electric motorcycles and mid-speed car under the 2Volten brand. Important here is when we achieve certain size of business in the EV division, we pretend to spin off the EV division in a new public listed company completely separately with new management, and this is something that this is now our plan, and we already said this in the past. The next slide is to show our product offering. Basically, we have 12 subsidiaries, and this is our product pyramid. And basically, we have 9 subsidiaries offering telecom services. We have 1 subsidiary offering fintech services. We have 1 brand, 2Volten, to offering electric vehicles, and we have 1 brand to offering AI-enhanced metaverses. To remark our global footprint, we have present in 20 countries. We have 7 offices around the world. We have office in Florida. We have office in Venezuela. We have office in Argentina, in London, in Switzerland, in Istanbul, in Dubai. And we cover 17 time zones. We have employees from California to Australia. We are 100 employees around the world. Talking about iQSTEL, we cannot miss to talk about our explosive growth rate. We can talk that in 2018, we reported $13.8 million revenue. And last year, we reported $144.5 million revenue. And we are forecasting $290 million revenue. And we just finished the second quarter report, when we report $130 million for the first half of this year. That is basically 90% of we reported in the 2023. And it's seasonally, it's very often that the second part of the year is we report the biggest tranche of revenue and gross profit. So we are on track to achieve our goal for $290 million. Our growth strategy, something to remark, is important. Since 2018 to now, we have completed 12 acquisitions, but at the same time, in those acquisitions, those acquisitions has been to improve our portfolio of product and to gain market penetration and customer relations. But at the same time, we have reported organic growth. Just the last year, we reported $50 million just organic growth without no acquisitions. And this year, we're reporting around $90 million just for organic growth. So the success of our company is to complete combine the acquisitions and the synergies and reduce costs and cross-selling and grows organically the company. Our next slide is we have a plan to achieve $1 billion in 2027. The strategy for this is to combine half of our revenue is with the current iQSTEL and the current subsidiaries to grow organically to $500 million in 2027. So growing from $290 million a year and to achieve more than $500 million, $500 million in 2027. But at the same time, we are going to looking for a new and strategic acquisition that can add between 200 or 300 million dollars revenue. So with this acquisition, we'll add other $250 million revenue, and the combination with this acquisition and the current iQSTEL, we are planning to increase another $250 million revenue. So our plan is to achieve $1 billion revenue in 2027 and to achieve $500 million revenue in just organically. So in that sense, the financing by my CFO and my partner and one of the founders of the company, Alvaro Quintana, produced a very detailed plan that is shown in this graph, and it will give pass the word to Alvaro to talk a little bit about the plan and the work that you did with the financial planning department. Alvaro.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everybody. So basically what we did is we took information from different sources in the market that will give us a reference of where the market is going, where the telecommunications market is going in terms of size of customers, potential revenue for potential investments. So with that information, our financial team and an independent party that we hired to help us to make these projections project what you are seeing in the slide right now. So basically, we are, as Leandro mentioned it, we are focused on a strong growth of our revenue, but also, as you see there in the slide, we are also projecting a huge increase in our operating income and in our cash flow from operations, keeping the highest value for our shareholders in all this process that include acquisitions and other investments.
No, very good, Alvaro. Yes, go on. Yes, something important here, Alvaro. Yes, thank you.
Yes, based on that work, we did an internal evaluation estimating the value of the company between 150 million and 190 million. That is based on the projections, and the range between those figures is because we ran 4 different scenarios. This is based also in we also apply a discount rate of 18% in order to find a present value of our projected cash flow. I have to say that the company cannot assure this internal evaluation for iQSTEL common shares will ever translate into actual pricing of our securities in the public market, and no third party have undertaken any effects to verify the internal results. But basically, what we have done is run a valuation based on the projected cash flow, applying a discount rate, and took into consideration 4 different scenarios for that cash flow projections.
Good. Alvaro, give me 1 second, just one comment here that is important. Let me go back the presentation. Yes, just for this, it's important that you only use the telecom division to project this. So that suggests a substantial upside potential, especially considering the future contribution expect from the FinTech, EV, and Metaverse division. Well, so this valuation is just the cash flow projected for the telecom divisions bringing into the present, right?
Exactly. I forgot to mention, but that is important to remark.
Very good. Thank you, Alvaro. Well, the next slide, we try to analyze also in this process into the trading in the OTC market. Give me the slide back. Okay, here. What is our internal valuation based on revenue per share? Basically, you can see in the graph how our revenue per share has been increasing, and using a projection for our revenue at the end of the year, and using an estimated amount of 193 million of outstanding shares at December, that is just an estimation, we can estimate that the revenue per share at the end of the year will be $1.50. So typically in the industry, telecommunications and technology, the revenue per share radius is between 1x and 5x. So our stock using this method of revenue per share could be between $3 or $0.5. Of course, as Alvaro says, the company cannot assure that this revenue per share projection will reflect in our IQST common shares price. So next slide is other internal analysis that I think is really interesting. And when you compare the market cap, that's the green bars, and the revenue and the forecast that we have, we can see that the market cap has not followed the revenue growth yet. That is a fact. We can see how the revenue jumped from $93 million in 2022 and plan to jump into 290 million. That is almost 3 times. And the market cap is really steady between $30 and $40 million in market cap. So it's not, right now, the market cap has not followed the revenue growth yet. Alvaro, could you talk a little bit about the cap table, about the company?
Sure, it's very simple. So we have 300 million authorized common shares. We have 183.5 million on outstanding shares. From those outstanding shares, 6.5 million are restricted, that belongs to the management and directors of the company. And we have free trading shares of 177 million shares. We have also 4 different series of preferred shares. We have a preferred share series A with 10,000 outstanding unauthorized shares. Those shares basically give control to Leandro, Iglesias, and myself of the company, because with those shares we have 51% of the voting rights of the company, and the purpose of creating those shares was to protect the company for a hostile takeover in any time in the future. We also have Series B preferred shares with 200,000 authorized shares and only 31,080 shares outstanding. And we have 2 series of shares that have not been used yet. Series C with 200,000 authorized shares and Series D with 75,000 authorized shares. And those shares were designed for equity transactions or to be used on financing based on equity transactions with shares involved, not common shares, but preferred shares. That what we are planning to use in the future for any funding transaction for the company.
At least are available.
Yes. Talking a little bit about our outstanding debt, we have 3.6 million on convertible note. Basically, that convertible note was used for the acquisition of iQSTEL at the beginning of this year. Actually, that debt, the principal of that debt was already reduced in about 15% from the original amount. And we have a series of indebtedness based on standard promissory notes. with two other lenders and with 3 other lenders. So there are no dilutive potential dilutions based on those additional promissory notes that we have in place right now. All of this debt is due next year. A couple of them within the first quarter and during the rest of the 2025.
Yes, the most important is that the convertible note is due in 2025.
Exactly.
Good. Talking about our management, that we have an independent board of directors. We have we met all the Nasdaq corporate requirements, and we have an independent board of directors. We have a audit committee, compensation committee, ethic code committee, and what is our current capital requirements? Very simple. We have 2 steps here. The first is to try to raise around something up to $10.5 million to strengthen our balance sheet in combination to the Nasdaq uplisting. And if the company decides to acquire a strategic acquisition to double the business size, we will seek to raise additional $30 million once we are in Nasdaq. When we were in Nasdaq. Something to remark, we have a very good relation with the lenders, and we try to summarize why you should invest in iQSTEL. Basically, we have a strong revenue growth that we have been talking about this. We have a diverse business divisions, so we operate across 4 different sectors: telecom, fintech, electric vehicles, and metaverse. This diversification reduces risk to not relying solely in one source of the results of the company. We have an innovative product offering, a very cutting-edge technology solution that includes blockchain platforms, include IoT, include fintech solutions. We include EV motorcycles, mid-speed cars, and high-tech technology solutions in telecommunications. We have a very clear strategic growth plans to grow the company in up to $1 billion in the long term. We have experienced leadership. The upcoming Nasdaq listing, we've met all the corporate requirements. The only requirement is missing is the price. And we have a very ambitious long term for the company. As we say, we have a plan to grow the company up to $1 billion in 2027. We have run different internal valuations and investment potentials that we spoke, that we have a valuation based on cash flow, internal valuation based on cash flow, that put the valuation of the business, of the telecom business, between 150 million and almost 200 million. And the revenue per se says that our stock has a potential gap there, and the market gap has not followed yet the growth of the company, and our solutions have a social impact. Very simple to summarize, we have a explosive growth rate, the imminent last Nasdaq listing, midterm and long-term plans to grow the company, and the conjunction with the market cap has not followed the revenue growth yet. That's a simple summary about the company. Just to summarize, you can contact Alvaro, the CFO, and me in the email investor@iqstel.com. But I would like to talk a little bit about our social presence here and the work that we have performed with through Brad. Brad, can you talk a little bit about the ambassadors army and the social presence that we have?
Yeah, I have to say we're super proud, and we're really appreciative of all the ambassadors we have. We have thousands of ambassadors, loyal shareholders, and stakeholders that have been very supportive of the company. We're very proud to say that we try to stay very present on all social media. So please do reach out and follow us. If you're not now, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, our YouTube channel with our videos, and of course on X, formerly known as Twitter. You always can reach out to us, investors@iqstel.com. And a little tip also on the social media, if you reach out to us, you will get a response. So we do pride ourselves in having a very robust investor relations program. And we will follow up with you if you reach out to us and you have any questions or comments at any time. And I could say that the company has always been committed to transparency and shareholder relations. So please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you to all our shareholders and ambassadors for your support.
All right. Great job, gentlemen. We do have lots of questions for you and a little bit of time. So let's see how many we can get in. A quick question from Robert asking, with iQSTEL combining all its telecom operations, how will that work with each company that they do not own 100%? Is iQSTEL acquiring the remaining minority stakes?
Well, part of our plan is to become a solid corporation, and we have a plan to acquiring some of our subsidiaries, to acquire 100% of them in the process to integrate in one sole corporation.
Right. I'm not sure if people realize. Oh, I'm sorry. That when the company acquires 51% of a company, they get to book the entire revenue. They don't necessarily need to acquire the rest of the corporation for them to have the revenue and all the financials on the balance sheet and on the books.
Thank you for that. Marty asks, when will we see the EV bikes in full production? Do you have an update on that?
Well, we have plans for the second half of this year to keep producing the testing unit for the mid-speed cars. And we have in the current environment regulation in Europe, and has been suffering a little bit changes that we are reviewing the impact in our cost structure. So, but the idea is to have the prototypes produced and to start testing them in the second half of this year. Thank you.
And if I may add, I'm sorry about that, Anna. If I could just add also, if you guys missed it, I thought it was exciting news about the company is going to spin off the EV division once it becomes profitable, and certainly once it's up and going. And that's big news if you didn't catch that.
Absolutely. Zeke wants to know if you have ever considered adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet.
I think this question is for my partner, Alvaro.
Well, actually, Bitcoin has some concerns. The Security and Exchange Commission have some concerns about Bitcoins and all the things. So even though we have a project and we have been working on the blockchain arena, we are not doing any investment in blockchains or
cryptocurrencies.
Or cryptocurrencies, basically. So, but we understand the power of blockchain technology. So, and we have incorporated blockchain technology to our business strategy.
Okay, great. Well, we are out of time. We've got lots of questions for you. We will send them to you so you can answer our viewers on your own. But thank you, gentlemen, so much for coming on the conference, and we look forward to hearing another update.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank